Hello, Mavilka and Foxy. Hello. We will begin shortly, okay, so you can prepare your worksheets for those of you who have your worksheets printed out. Is it raining wherever you guys are? It's been raining the whole day, right? Today seems like got less people joining in. Is it because it's a rainy day? Is everybody napping or something? Yeah, maybe, yeah. This weather, I think, quite good for napping. Yenbun, you mean you did the worksheet last minute, is it? Okay, you had CCA today. I see. Mavyuka, today we are going through P6. P6 revision. So we'll be doing some questions that are commonly covered in semester 1. Okay, to prepare you guys for your first, your WA1. Yeah. Mavyuka, you're P5. Oh, okay. Well, I think some of the questions you still can do, actually. Yeah, Xu Qian, hello, good to see you again. Today don't have Kahoot eh. Didn't we just have Kahoot like a few weeks ago? Was it last week? Yeah. Hi, Bella. You were here last week also, right, Bella? Yimbun, you say that today's worksheet have a lot of ratio and fraction question, right? Yeah, I think you're right. Yes, you're right. Also, the syllabus did change for this year's P5. Okay, so this year's P5 will not do ratio anymore. It will be shifted to P6 next year. Yeah, so if you guys are P5, it's because of the change in syllabus by MOE. Huh? What fellow babe, sorry, what do you say? You feel English, ah? Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe you should watch the English TikToks then. It might help. WL, hello, good to see you again. Okay. No lah, I don't think you'll be less smart. You will still learn ratio in P6. Yeah, just that you have less time to grasp the concept of ratio before PSLE, so might be a disadvantage. Hmm. Bella, yes, we do have Science TikTok Live, but I'm not the one conducting it. It will be two other teachers. Yeah. Okay, so it's good that I see more people are joining in. We are going to begin. Yes, teacher KH and teacher Jody takes the science TikToks. Yeah. Okay, so before I start, you can see the sticker above. So we do have weekly online classes if you guys are interested. If you're not a A-grader student, then you can sign up for our weekly online classes. Okay, so we have the weekly online classes for P5 and P6, and I will be the one conducting it. Okay, so I'm teacher Felicia. Alright, so let's begin. Let me remove the sticker first. Give me a moment. Okay, so let's take a look at question 1A and 1B. You guys can type in the answer for 1A. Multiplication of fraction, right, for 1A. What are your answers? Let me know in the chat. Mavuka, you don't know, is it? You will learn multiplication of fraction in P5. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes, I'm seeing a lot of same answers in the chat box. Alright, so I think all the answers are correct. Let's go through this. So when you want to multiply two fractions, you can cross cancel first. Okay, so cross cancel to make the numbers smaller so that later on you don't have to simplify as much. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to cross cancel 2 and 6. So after I cross cancel, I will have 1 and 3. Okay, so after that, you cannot cross cancel anymore. So you just multiply the numbers on top. So on top is 1 times 5. And then below is 3 times 3, which is 9. Okay, so that's your answer, 5 over 9. You do not have to simplify it anymore if you cross cancel. Everybody okay? Then let's try the second one, which is division of fractions. You learn division of fractions in P6. Okay, so try it out and let me see your answers. Okay, Yenbun and Foxy, you guys have the same answer. What about the rest? Answers please in the chat box. Okay, WL, same answer as well. Oh, WL, you haven't learned this before, is it? You're supposed to learn in P6. Yeah, maybe your teacher haven't taught you yet because I mean school just started, right? Okay, so let's go through this. For division of fractions, you use this acronym KCF, keep, change, flip. Okay, so what does keep, change, flip mean? Yes, Bella, K stands for keep. So you are going to keep the first fraction exactly the same. That means that 5 over 7, you keep it the same. Change refers to divide, change to times. And then flip refers to you flip the second fraction. So from 3 over 14, after you flip it upside down, it becomes 14 over 3. Yeah, so many schools will teach you this acronym, right? KCF. So after that, then you notice that it's just multiplication of fraction, which is same as part A. So I'm going to cross cancel first. I noticed that 7 and 14 can cross cancel. Okay, so after I cross cancel, I will have 1 and 2 respectively. So after that, then you multiply the top numbers. That will be 5 times 2 for your numerator. And for your denominator is 1 times 3, which is 3. So do you guys think this should be the final answer? Do you think it should be 10 over 3? Should this be the final answer, 10 over 3? Okay, so Foxy and Bella says, no, this is not the final answer. You got to change it to mixed number. Yes, both of you are correct. So 10 over 3 is an improper fraction. Make sure you change it to a mixed number. Okay, so final answer will be 3 whole 1 over 3. If you have improper fraction, make sure to change it to mixed number, okay? Alright, good. Let's move on. So we're at question 2 now. Question 2 is on ratio. So can you guys try question 2A and let me know what's your answer? Okay, Foxy, Annie, WL, same answer. It's Y4R. I think you gotta calculate that again. Yes, WL, you learned this in P5, is it? Yeah. Okay, so most of you got the answer already, huh? 12 to something equals to 3 to 8. Okay, so let me just write down 3 to 8 below. So from 3, how do you go to 12? You multiply by 4. So that means that I'm also going to multiply by 4 for 8. So that's how you get the answer 32, which many of you did get. Rip Ace, no, there's no Kahoot this week. Yeah, we just had Kahoot last week, right? Okay, so part A was quite straightforward. How about part B? There are 14 men and 22 women. What is the ratio of the number of men to the total number of people? Give your answer in the simplest form. Okay, so you guys can try this. Okay, now the instructions did say that it is supposed to be in the simplest form, right? So some of you gotta check your answer. Is your answer in the simplest form? Quite a lot of you didn't simplify, right? Those of you who are giving me 7 to 11 as the answer, can you read the question carefully? They're not asking you for men to women, they're asking you for men to the total number of people. Okay, so you gotta be very careful. Read the question again. Yeah. SY4R, you will never simplify your ratio, eh? Okay, yes, now you simplify it. Alright, okay, so most of you, the second try, you got it correct already. Good. So I need the ratio of men to total. So I need to find the total number of people first by adding the men and the women. Men and women should be 36 in total. Okay, then after that, put it into the ratio. Men is 14, the total is 36. And then after that, you simplify by dividing by 2. 7 to 18 is the final answer. Oh, okay. So also take note, some of you, if you give the answer as fraction, then it's not correct. Because the question asks you for ratio, right? Not fraction. So take note, Three Little Pigs, yes, 7 to 18 is the final answer. Any questions for this page? So far, it's still fairly simple, right? We do have some tricky questions at the back later. Okay, so let's move on to the next page then. I will read the question first. Fred ate 2 over 9 of his muffins, and he gave 2/3 of the remaining muffins to his friend. What fraction of his muffins did he have left? Give your answer as a fraction in the simplest form. Okay, please try it, guys, and you let me know your answer. Ellie asks, is this branching? Yes, Ellie, you can use branching for this question. Yuki, is it minus? Well, I wouldn't say, okay, minus is correct, but which part of the question do you minus? You think about it. Now, those of you who are saying 1 over 9, that's not the answer for this question. So this question seems like not many people got correct. I did see one correct answer. Oh, sorry, two correct answers. Yeah. Okay, those of you who didn't get it right, I mean, you can try again, Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, Bella. Yep. Yeah, okay, so some of you are getting the correct answer already. Kinguins, 1 over 9 is not the answer. Alright, so let's go through this. For this question, the keyword is actually remaining. So you do need to find the remainder. So my first step is to find the remainder. How do you find the remainder? You use 1 whole minus the first fraction. Okay, so I use 1 minus 2 over 9. The remainder is 7 over 9. Now, after that, I'm going to find out what's the fraction that he gave to his friend. So the question says that he gave 2/3 of the remaining to his friend. Let me just copy that down. 2/3 of the remainder. Okay, so now in math, what does the keyword of mean? Your school should have taught you this. What does of mean? When you see the word of, it usually means you have to plus, minus, times, or divide. Yes, times. Yes, cash is correct. Times. Okay, now after that, you already know what the remainder is, right? 7 over 9. So 2/3 of the remainder means 2/3 times 7 over 9. You can calculate this. You will get 14 over 27. Yes, hi Carmen. Okay, so that's what he gave to his friend. Then the last step is you can find out how much he has left. You just need to take the remainder minus what he gave his friend. Okay, so to minus this, your denominator got to be the same. So 7 over 9, I will change it to 21 over 27. Then I minus, okay? So after you minus, you get 7 over 27 as the final answer. Okay, Yuki has a question. How do I get 1 whole? Okay, Yuki, because right, for fractions, you always start off with 1 whole. So you are assuming, okay, that Fred started off with 1 whole. That is his total at first. Okay, any more questions? Three little pigs, you like the live, is it? Thank you for sending some likes. Okay, so Yenbun, you use model. Yes, model is fine as well. Okay. How come 7 become 21? Because you multiply by 3. So you are making the denominator the same so that you can minus. Okay, so before you minus fractions, make sure that the denominator is the same. So that's why I had to multiply by 3 first for that. Any other questions for this one before I move on? Yenbun, you use the drop-down model, right? Layer down model. Yes, that's okay. Okay, so if no questions, let's go to the next one. Okay, so this is a true, false, not possible to tell question. The table below shows how P6 students go to school. The value for bus is covered by a stain and it is a non-zero number. Okay, so take a look at these three statements and is it true, false, or not possible to tell? The first statement is there are 200 P6 students in the school. Okay, so let me know whether you think this is true, false, or not possible to tell. Those of you who didn't do the question beforehand, you might need to do a bit of calculation now. Bella, you're not too sure of your answer, is it? Okay, another maybe 15 more seconds for those of you who want to send in your answers. Anyone else want to try? Want to send in your answers? Most of you say it's false, okay? There are some who say it's not possible to tell. Okay, WL has a question. Non-zero means the number don't have a zero. Okay, no, so that's not what it means. Non-zero number means it is not zero. That means it's more than zero. Okay, so it's at least one. At least one. Okay, so that's what it means. Alright, so let's take a look at the first statement. Now, if you add up walking, by parents' car, MRT, and others, you will notice that these four categories is already 200. Correct? So if it's already 200 and those who take bus is at least 1, it means that the total number of students in the school is at least 201. Okay, so you can prove that this statement is false. It is not 200, it is 201 and above. Okay, most of you did get this right. What about the next one? The second statement says the ratio of the number of students who walk and take their parents' car to the number of students who are in the others category is 4 to 1. Read this carefully, this statement. Okay, so send in your answers. Okay. Some of you say false, some of you say true, some of you say not possible to tell. So all three answers, okay, so there's only one correct answer. Which one should it be? Okay, Three Little Pigs, you need question 3, is it, to copy? I see. Okay, let me scroll that up for you a little bit. So the rest of you, what do you think? True, false, or not possible to tell? Okay, so after Three Little Pigs copy, I will go through. Okay, so WL, you change your answer, is it? Okay, so Ellie, you say that it's not possible to tell. Okay. Bella also says not possible to tell. Alright, so let's go through this. Okay, for students who walk, how many students walk is 55, right? And those who take their parents' car to school. So these two, they're asking you to combine these two. So you're supposed to add them together. So those who walk and take their parents' car to school is 55 plus 65. So this is 120. And then you put it as a ratio to those who are in the others category. So there's 30 of them in the others category. You get this ratio, 120 to 30. After you simplify, it does become 4 to 1. So this statement is true. Everybody okay with this? Then let's try the last statement. The fraction of P6 students who came to school by bus is 1/5. Is this true, false, or not possible to tell? Okay, please send in your answers. Seems like most of you says it's not possible to tell. Okay, right, let's go through this. Okay, so you guys are correct. It's not possible to tell because you don't know what the number of students in the bus category is, right? So it could be true, it could be false, but you are not sure because you don't even know what the number is for bus. Okay, so it's not possible to tell. Now over here, let me give you a bonus question. Okay, so the bonus question is, how many students take bus to school for this statement to be true? Okay, so you guys can try this bonus question. Okay, Bella, you need me to explain the second statement, is it? Okay, because Bella, the second statement says those who walk and take their parents' car. So they're asking you to combine these two. So you have to take those who walk plus those who take their parents' car. That's how you get 120. Then after that, how many are in the others category is 30. So that's how you get 120 to 30, which is 4 to 1. Okay, so are you guys working on the bonus question? Or is today's bonus question too difficult? Because I don't see any correct answers yet. You guys are trying, is it? Okay, okay. WL, you don't quite understand the question, is it? Okay, so the bonus question is asking you, what number should the bus category B in order for this third statement to be true. There is a specific number that will cause this statement to be true. Okay, so from the chat, I see one correct answer. Oh, okay, two correct answers. Okay, so the answer for the bonus question is 50. So if there's 50 students who take bus to school, then your total will be 250 students. And you simplify it, you get 1/5. Okay, so that's the answer to the bonus question, 50. Two of you got it correct. Congratulations. Yeah, okay, so I think it's not very easy. You need a bit of guess and check for that. All right, so now it's 7:30. We are going to take a 5 minutes break. And just now, Three Little Pigs, are you there? You asked to copy question 3, right? I show you question 3. You can continue copying. Okay, so in the meantime, the rest of us, take a 5 minutes break. Those of you who need to use the restroom, go ahead. Then after this, we will continue with problem sums. Foxy, you're eating dinner, is it, while watching? Yenbun also eating while watching, is it? Yeah, because now is dinner time, right? 7:30. I will eat dinner after the live. Bella, do I teach in the center or just online? Both. Yeah. But I don't teach physical lessons as much. Mm. There are some teachers who teach many classes. I only teach 2 classes in our physical outlets. And then of course we have our online lesson. So I teach that. That is every Saturday. How many of you are A grader students? No, I don't teach English. I only teach math. Ellie, you're A grader student, is it? Oh, okay. Oh, so many of you are A grader students. Hazira, yes, I do teach P5 in our online lesson on Saturday. Yeah, so for those of you who are A grader students and you take math, okay, so fun fact, I write the worksheets that you do every week. When is the next class? What do you mean when is the next class? You mean when is our next TikTok live or when is the next online lesson? Okay, Ellie, you only take science, is it? Okay, I don't do the science worksheets. I only do the math worksheets. Madri Dista, I do the TikTok live every Friday, 7 to 8 o'clock. So it's not every day, it's once a week. Theo, this is not Sec 1, this is P6 math. Okay, Ellie, you take Chinese also, is it? That's great. Yeah, so we actually A grader last time don't have Chinese. So we just launched Chinese this year. I mean end of last year. Yeah. Okay, so now we do offer Chinese as well. If you need Chinese tuition, you can come to A grader. Bella, you sent me a heart, is it? Oh yes, I just saw it. It's so cute. Thank you. Thank you for sending the heart. Oh, the heart shape has a face. It's so funny. Theo, you're worried about the flood, is it? Is it flooding in some parts of Singapore today? It has been raining the whole day. Josephine, because now it's break time. Yeah, so usually halfway through the live we have a 5 minutes break, so it's still within the break time. We will begin once break is over. Okay. Okay, so after this we will move on to problem sum. So that will be 3 pages. All right, so it's 7:35. Break time is over. Let's move on to our problem sums. Okay, so the first one, Mrs. Sylvia had 3/5 kg of rice. She cooked 3/4 of it. So how much rice does she have left? Okay, so please try this and what are your answers? Theo, Sec 1 math, is it? Sec 1 math, when is it? I think it might be yesterday. Yeah, so Sec 1 and Sec 2 math, I think it's Thursday we have our TikTok live. Yeah, so Theo, you can watch the secondary math TikTok live. Ethan, are you sure the answer is 40? It should be a fraction, right? Okay, so user 855, your answer is a decimal, but okay, so actually, this question they didn't state decimal or fraction, but because you can see that this question they gave you the numbers as a fraction, so it'll be better if you leave your final answer as a fraction as well. Okay, so let's go through this. How much rice did she have left? Now, if she cooked 3/4 of it, it means that she has 1/4 of it left. Okay, because the total is one whole, right? So if you have one whole, you use 3/4, it means you got 1/4 left. So she has 1/4 of it left. Now what does of mean? In math, of means multiply. And what does it refer to? It refers to the 3/5 kg of rice. Okay, so once you multiply this, you will get 3/20 kg, which is the answer. Okay, so yes, many of you did get it right. Okay, so most of the time the keyword of means multiply. Ellie, where did I get the 1/4, is it? Okay, because let's say she started off with one whole, right? So out of one whole, she used 3/4. That means that she's left with 1/4. Because one whole minus 3/4 is 1/4. Theo, what are you saying? All your Gen Alpha slangs, Okay, so let's look at the next one. So for the next one, I would like you to change the number in the question. Yeah, so for those of you who solve this question, you'll notice that there's something a bit funny with the original number. Okay, so instead of 4/5 meter, can you change it to 3/4 meter? Ah, okay, Ethan, you were looking at this question just now, right? That's why you sent me 40. Okay, so for this question, we change the number. Otherwise, the original answer would be a bit weird. Okay, so those of you who say that 40 is the answer, that was before we changed the number. Okay, so you can try the question using this new number. She used 3/4 meter for each present. So then, what would your new answer be? It's no longer 40, huh? She has 32 meters of ribbon, and then she used 3/4 meter for each present. So how many presents did she manage to tie? Penguins, is it because just now it was zoomed in? I zoom out already. Can you see the new fraction? Okay, so Yenbun, you recalculated very quickly. Good job. Yes, Ellie. Good job. Three little pigs, you need the previous question, is it? Okay, but I'm going through this now. Okay, I guess I can scroll up for you a bit. Okay, so for this question, you know that she has 32 meters in total. So you would use the 32 meters to divide by 3/4 for each present. So this one is your KCF concept again, right? Keep, change, flip. Because you're trying to divide a fraction, so you need to use keep, change, flip. Okay, so 32, you keep it the same as 32 over 1. Keep it the same. Divide, change to times, and then you flip it into 4 over 3. So once you calculate this, you will get 128 over 3. And then you change it to a mixed number, which is 42 2/3. Okay, so this means that she only managed to tie 42 presents maximum. Okay, so yeah, some of you did get it right. Good job. Okay, so then what about part B? How much ribbon did she have left? Give your answer in meters. Bella, you're sending a math joke, is it? Alright, so please try part B. What do you guys think the answer should be? Take note that part B is very, very common for P6. They like to test you this type of question because there is a commonly made mistake for this question. Okay, so this question, you need to take note of common mistake. Okay, so far in the chat box, I haven't seen any correct answers yet. Are you guys trying it out? For part B, you can actually do it in one step, okay? So you think about it. Okay, Ellie, are you sure it's 7? Penguins 8 meter. Are you sure? Um, hmm. 2 meters is not the answer, huh? Alright, so let's go through this. Now, the common mistake is some of you would say that 2/3 is the answer. Because you see in part A, it is 42 and 2/3, right? So you would say that, oh, okay, so 2/3, 2/3 is the amount of ribbon that's left. That's not correct. Okay, because 2/3 refers to 2/3 of a piece of ribbon. That's what's left. Okay, so you have 2/3 of a piece of ribbon left. And you know that the keyword of means multiply. So how long is one piece of ribbon? One piece of ribbon is 3/4 meter. So when you multiply this, you will get 1/2 meter as the answer. Okay, so guys, you need to take note. This question, nobody got it correct in the chat box. Yes, WL, yes, it's 1/2 meter. Okay, so Ellie, you got 1/2 meter, is it just now? It is correct. Okay, good job on getting it correct. Let's try the next one. Okay, so I'll read the question first. Nurul was given some homework to complete over the holidays. In November, the ratio of the completed questions to the uncompleted questions was 1 to 3. In December, she completed 30 questions. And then the ratio of the completed questions to the uncompleted questions was 2 to 1. How many questions did she have to do over the holidays? Okay, so for this question, a certain concept applies. Let me know what concept you guys think it is. Noventa, you gotta try that again, huh? Noventa, you got to try again. It's not 62. Okay, so Ethan says it is before and after concept. Okay, yeah, Ethan is not wrong. I'm looking for another name for the concept though. Pareto theory. I've never heard of that. What is Pareto theory? Okay, so Ellie also says before change and after. Okay, that's not wrong. I'm looking for a more specific term though. Yes, Ethan. Total unchanged. Okay, so for this question, we use the concept of total unchanged because the total number of questions in November is the same as the total number of questions in December. She was given a fixed number of questions to do as homework, right? So the number of questions doesn't change. All right, so now let's write down our information. For November, completed to uncompleted is 1 to 3. For December, that ratio is 2 to 1. Now, because this concept is total unchanged, so you need to add in one more column for the total. Okay, so for November, the total is 4 units, and for December, the total is 3 units. And because the concept is called total unchanged, so you need to make sure that the total is the same. Okay, so how do you make 4 and 3 the same? The lowest common multiple of 4 and 3 is 12. So you want to change it into 12. That means your first ratio you got to times 3. And your second ratio you got to times 4. Okay, so from here, you notice that you have not used the number 30, right? She completed 30 questions. So my question is, how many units represent the 30 questions? Let me know in the chat box. How many units represent 30? Ellie, are you sure it's 2? Okay, Bella, no, it's not 1. Okay, so it's actually, Yembun is not 1, it's actually 5 units. Why? Because in November, she completed 3 units. And then in December, she completed 8 units. Okay, so from 3 to 8, that is an increase in 5 units. Okay, so the 5 units will represent the 30 questions that she completed between November and December. Yeah, okay, so 5 units is 30. Oh, wait, is my screen hanging? Guys, can you see my workings in red? I wrote some numbers in red. Do you guys see it? No, is it? I think the screen hanged. Okay, so let me try to reconnect it. Oh, it's the first time that this happened during the live. Okay, let me rejoin. Okay, so you guys can see it now? Do you all see it now? Yeah, it's the first time that it lagged like that. Yeah. Are you guys lucky? Yeah, I don't think so. Lagging is not a good thing. Okay, so guys, you can see now, right? The ratio from 3, it became 8. So there was an increase in 5 units. That increase in 5 units represents the 30 questions that she completed. So from there, you know 1 unit is 6. So how many questions did she have to do in total? That is 12 units. So 12 units is 72. Okay, so that's the final answer. 72. Okay, so now we can do part B. For every 3 questions that she got correct, she got 1 wrong. So how many questions did she get correct? So for part B, you need to use a specific concept. So again, what do you guys think the concept is in part B? Lowest common factor. Mm, lowest common factor. Not really. Yeah. Okay. We use grouping in part B. So you can let one group be made up of 3 correct questions plus 1 wrong question. So in one group, it is 4 questions. Now, however, the total number of questions is actually not 4, right? It's actually 72. So it means that there's more than one group. You can use 72 divided by 4 to find out how many groups there actually are. Okay, so that will be 18 groups. So your last step over here is to multiply. Because one group has 3 correct questions, so if there's 18 groups, that will be 18 times 3. So the answer is 54 correct questions. Yeah, so I think a few of you did get 54. Okay, we use grouping for part B. So if you see this question in the exam, this question would be worth likely 4 marks. Yeah. Okay, this is part A, part B is estimated to be a 4 marks question. Yes, Ellie, minus 18. Yes, Ellie, you can do that as well. You can also use 72 minus 18 to get 54. Bella, is there any guess and check question, is it? Well, it depends on your school, whether they want to test you a guess and check question. Alright, so now let's look at our last question. So we have a geometry question, okay? So on angles. So this is a parallelogram. You are given AFB is 66 degrees, BEF is 64 degrees. Now this is important. BE equals to FE. So if BE equals to FE, what type of triangle did I just highlight? There is a name for this triangle, right? If BE equals to FE. What's the name of this triangle? Yes, Ellie, very good. Isosceles is correct. Okay, so you actually have an isosceles triangle in this diagram. Okay, so based on that, let's calculate for the isosceles triangle. We will use 180 minus 64 degrees. Then after that, you can divide by 2 because you have 2 equal base angles in an isosceles triangle. Okay, so that will be 58 degrees, which I have labeled in the diagram. Okay, but the question is asking you to find angle DCB. Okay, so which is the one that I just colored in pink. How do you find angle DCB? One more step. Bella, hard to say. Yeah, it might appear, it might not appear. Guess and check questions. We wouldn't know until the paper comes out. Yeah. Okay, so how do we find angle DCB? This is a parallelogram, right? So it means that opposite angles are equal. So the yellow color angle that I just colored is equals to the pink color angle because they are opposite each other. Okay, so to find the pink color angle, I just need to use 66 plus 58. So that will be 124 degrees as part A. Okay, now what about part B? You need to find angle CBE. Okay, so I will color that angle in green. Part B can be solved in one step. Okay, so you can see that I have highlighted in yellow, that is a trapezium. Okay, can you guys see that the yellow color highlighted part is a trapezium? Okay, so for a trapezium, these three angles, which I have just ticked in green, those three angles in a trapezium add up to 180 degrees. So I just need to use 180 minus 58 minus 58. The answer is 64 degrees. Okay? It's okay, Ellie. Good try, good try. And we have the very last part. Okay, the very last part, you just need to circle. Okay? So, triangle ABF is or is not an isosceles triangle because angle ABF is or is not equal to AFB. Okay, so what do you guys think this is? Is or is not? Ah, yes, Ethan. Okay, correct. Yeah, so for this one, it's actually is not. Okay, the answer is not. So actually, if you go and calculate, you will notice that you'll notice that this triangle that I've highlighted in green, okay, this is not an isosceles triangle because you can actually manage to calculate the other two angles, and then you notice that all three angles are not the same number. Okay, so it cannot be an isosceles triangle. Okay, so PY, you can see the diagram now, right? So for part B, I use the trapezium to solve part B. Bella, where do we have our centers, is it? We have 20 outlets. So, I mean, if you're interested to join, you can pick a center that's closest to you, or you can just join us online. Okay, so that is actually our last question, and it is exactly 8 o'clock. Okay, so just nice. We end at 8 o'clock. Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in. I hope the session has been useful to you, and I will see you all next week again, same timing. Okay, Friday, 7 o'clock. Okay, yeah, bye bye. See you guys. You can go and have your dinner. Yeah, see you guys next week. I will go and have my dinner as well. Yes, Cash, I'm going to have my dinner now. Bye bye. See y'all next week. Oh, wait, sorry. Three Little Pigs you need to see, is it? Okay, no problem. I will let you copy first before I go off, okay? There you go. Bye, WL. See you. Yes, Ellie, I can only eat after the live. PY, no, I don't teach English. I only do math. English, we have other teachers. Emmet, no, there's no Kahoot this week. Okay, so Three Little Pigs, you let me know when you're done copying, okay? Then I will end the live and go for my dinner. You're done? Are you done? Done. Okay, can. Bye bye. See you guys next week.